Hi dear crypto investors, the anonymous creator of Bitcoin carried out the first transaction in cryptocurrency on January 12, 2009. Last Friday, 15 years have passed since this event. Another momentous event for the flagship crypto took place last Wednesday. Eventually, the US regulator approved applications from 11 companies for launching a new exchange instrument, the spot Bitcoin ETF. There is a curious coincidence. It also took 11 years for the US Securities and Exchange Commission to deliver the positive verdict. All in all, during the New York trade on January 10th, the Commission unveiled the long-awaited document. Next day, online broker Robinhood listed all 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs on its trading app, offering them for clients. UBS and the third powerful US bank Citigroup also announced their plans to provide access to this instrument to their clients. By January 17th, almost 90% of the spot Bitcoin ETF market was held by the three leading companies. Grayscale accounts for 50%, BlackRock holds 21%, and Fidelity has 17%. Experts from Morgan Stanley examined global market trends and noted that the growing interest in digital assets such as Bitcoin, including their use in cross-border transactions, is changing the picture of the world. The company's analysts also concluded that the role of the US dollar as the cornerstone of the international financial system may be revised. Morgan Stanley experts note Bitcoin has been steadily gaining popularity over the past 15 years. As a result, more than 106 million people around the world now own their number one crypto. The de-dollarization of the global economy could accelerate a click into gear thanks to the launch of spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds. At the same time, the managing director of the International Monetary Fund stated the opposite viewpoint. Cryptocurrency is not exactly money, it's more like a money management fund. I would worry about Bitcoin competing with the dollar, Kristalina Georgieva believes. Her comments follow the approval of Bitcoin spot ETFs in the US. The IMF had doubted that Bitcoin would be able to compete in popularity with the US dollar, which is backed by a strong American economy and robust capital markets. While policymakers and analysts are arguing, warning, and questioning Bitcoin prospects, the token has been trading mainly sideways for almost 1.5 months. In fact, the price spiked in response to the news on the spot ETF approval. However, the main crypto has been extending a long losing streak since mid-December of 2023. After the regulator announced its verdict, Bitcoin surged to $49,000. Last Wednesday, the amount of Bitcoin transactions was worth roughly $60 billion. The crypto turnover was the strongest since November 2022, since the time when the notorious FTX exchange collapsed. Later on, defying expectations of the crypto community, Bitcoin quickly reversed and plunged below the landmark level of $42,000 on Friday. The price even briefly tumbled by 15%. Its fall negated most of the previous gains and entailed liquidation of more than 100,000 positions. The flagship crypto dropped by nearly 7% in the past 7 days, from $48,690 to $41,754. For most days, Bitcoin was trapped in a narrow range between $41,640 and $43,475. The reason behind such illogical moves could have been the overbought market. One of the signs of an overheated market could be the so-called Kimchi award. This term was intended to define the situation when Bitcoin trades above global spot prices on Korean exchanges. Analysts recognized 3 Kimchi awards in a single month. Since then, Bitcoin has tested resistance above $47,000 a few times, but it has failed to settle above this level. Alongside Bitcoin, other popular tokens also went down. Ether grew to the high of $2,700 in the middle of the last week, declined to $2,460, and also got stuck sideways in a tight range between $2,475 and $2,600. All in all, Ether did not weaken but managed to inch up. Remarkably, with this minor growth, the token was the best performer among the top 10 cryptos. Remind you that according to the previously presented schedule, after checking test networks in late February, the team intends to carry out a Denkan hard fork on the Ether blockchain. At the same time, Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin proposed increasing the gas limit by a modest 33% from 30 to 40 million. But the developers do not agree with this opinion due to a number of technical risks. Meanwhile, fintech startup Ripple is again scrutinized by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The regulator again stepped up its pressure, demanding financial records for 2022-23 from Ripple Labs. CEO Brad Garlinghouse said that headwinds in the crypto industry are triggered mainly by politics, but not by the economy or protection of consumer rights. Besides, he roasted the action of the Commission chairman and called Gary Gensler a political liability for the crypto industry. The native token of Ripple Labs did not show curious market moves in the last 7 days. The token followed the same pattern as its rivals. First, on January 11, the price jumped to 62 cents. Later on, before the weekend, the token dropped to 56 cents. Eventually, Ripple got stuck in a narrow range between 57 and 58 cents per token. It lost almost 4% in the week spanning January 11 to 17th. Other tokens from the top 10 also did not avoid losses. For example, Cardano's weekly loss is 5%. On January 11, it shot up from 55 cents to the peak of 62 cents. Then the price retraced and consolidated at 54 cents. Still, analysts are bullish about the token. Over the last 4 weeks, whales amassed their assets to the amount of $85 million. The price of Cardano bottomed out. If traders are stubborn, this might propel Cardano's rally. The token could rebound by 30%. For the bearish scenario, Cardano should break the critical support of 46 cents. Solana managed to recover after escaping from a volatile range of 87.9 to 107. The token lost 1% in the last week. At the beginning of the week, the price consolidated, sticking to the upper border of the range between $33.3 and $102.3. Interestingly, the most successful deal of the week was carried out in Solana. In a single day, one trader managed to earn $170,000 from 3 Solana tokens. For this, within 5 seconds trading started, he bought 61.8 million Ethereum meme coins. Then he benefited from the rally of the meme coin as he sold most of it, 33 million, and earned about $60,000. In total, with the remaining mirror tokens, the trader's gain was 567 times, that is about 1,700 Solana coins worth $170,000. Chainlink is declared the best performer of the week. The token traded within the range of $13.9 to $16.4. This token also operates on the Ethereum-based blockchain, which supports a decentralized network of oracles. That's an intermediary program for secure connection of smart contracts to external payment systems. At a time when the global cryptocurrency market shrank by 5.7%, the price of Chainlink increased by exactly the same degree. For comparison, the growth of other cryptos from the Polygon ecosystem was 0. InstaForex has been keeping close tabs on developments in the crypto market. Subscribe to InstaForex TV channel and comment on our videos. Ask any questions. Our experts are always ready for any feedback. Our crypto review is over. See you in a week on January 25th.